Hey guys, welcome to today's 1/6 Galaxies video review. Today we are looking at MMS 589, which is of course Jango Fett from Attack of the Clones. Oh, the wait for this has been insane, but he is finally here, and holy crap, does this guy come with a lot. This is probably one of those very few figures that you could probably consider getting two if you had the funds to. I personally am not going to do that because I'm okay with just having the one look, but this guy comes with so much, and we will get to that very shortly. Alright, so let's take a look at the box. As you can see, it is a standard shoebox style Star Wars box that we get with pretty much every release now. Awesome picture of the figure holding his blaster pistol up. We then of course get the information that it's MMS 589 Jango Fett 1/6 scale cut of figure. Specially feature a poncho and two styles of jetpack with that alternate portrait, which we will get to shortly. So when we look at the box and we look around the side, the picture with the poncho continues over the side, again with the figure information. The back of the box is just all your logos and choking warnings, and then of course we get another awesome picture of Jango Fett, this time with the Geonosis Arena jetpack on, and the second pistol holstered. As this is the standard Star Wars shoebox, when we open it up, we are going to get a lift out before we get to the tray. So this time we get a shot of the Camino battle. It is rather unfortunate that, and I mean, I know they always do this, but it is rather unfortunate that they've photoshopped the flight stand out of this photo, because I would have liked to have seen where they had the flight stand on this figure, because there are some things we'll talk about a little later on as well, which is just minor concerns. Again, it's MMS 589, but awesome photography as always, and you would expect it to have been straight out of Camino there. Alrighty, let's get a look at some of these accessories. So he does come with two of his signature pistol. Both identical, so very nicely detailed. It is of course silver. It's got that gold on the inside there, but you do get two of those, and they are both identical. We do get the very cool flame effect, which attaches to the gauntlet. It's actually a lot sturdier than the Incinerator Trooper one. I find after a while the effects kind of droop down a little bit. I don't know if this one will do it because it seems to be a lot stronger in the base. But just like the blue where it would be superheated, then out to the orange, it's a really nice effect. And I could see myself using it if it's not going to droop. We do get the rocket firing effect, which is pretty cool, that they've finally given us one of those. I can picture people picking that up and trying it with their Clone Trooper jetpack to see if it works, actually. We'll touch on that accessory a little later, I think. We do get two relaxed hands. I've removed the two relaxed hands and put the two trigger finger hands on him already. But the hands this time around are simply just a glove, because they are going underneath the gauntlet that's on the figure. So there's nothing special about them. They're just kind of this navy blue dark glove, which is fine. It's nicely textured. It looks like a glove, as you would expect. There's some lining and stuff in there. We also do get right and left fist, which I suppose he does do a little bit of punching and kicking when he's with Kenobi. We of course get the standard jetpack that we're used to seeing. So it comes with the rocket effects as well. They are detachable. You can put them on either jetpack. Really, really nice weathering. One thing so this does pop off, and then you can put the flame in there, and then you plug it in and it's firing, which is really cool. Now this back section is actually magnetic for the first time ever. And then you can still do the clips, but you don't have to really worry about it. If you don't want to fiddle around with the clips too much and just quickly put it on there, it will hold. But if you're going to be moving the figure around, I would definitely do the clips up. We do get the second jetpack, the one that he had on Geonosis. Again, it is magnetic. It may pop off like the Clone Trooper ones. Yep. So that does remove, just like the Clone Trooper ones. So I would assume... Oh yeah, the rocket effect's a little bit harder to get into this one. So yeah, you can't... If that little bit wasn't there, you probably would be able to do it. That's a little unfortunate. Alright, second... Oh, actually, we'll leave that for last. We do get swap out gauntlet piece. So this just pops off, and that's the saw that he uses to cut the rope that he attaches to Kenobi. I'll leave it in the tray because it is so fine. But we do get the rope that he fires at Kenobi. The little end. It's detailed for how small it is. Now, I feel terrible for not knowing what these are, but we get the canister that he gives Zam Wessel, that would have the worm in it. That's quite cool. We don't have any of the centipedes, unfortunately, but we get it if you want to have him doing that. Now this, I think this is a detonator of some description. It's very nicely detailed, and it's got that translucent blue at the top there. I just don't know what it's for. And then we do get this tool, which kind of looks like a miniature welder, perhaps, or it's the stension gun. Either way, it's really nicely detailed, and I probably should have paid more attention to what it actually was. But it's just one of those things. It's nice that we got it. Are we going to use it? Probably not. But it's nice that it's there as an option. Now we get this here, which is the headset that goes onto the second head sculpt. Now the old Sideshow one does a permanent fixture, but they've given it to us as this rubber flexi piece, which is going to be cool. It does work quite well, actually. It's nicely detailed. Obviously you don't want to be pulling it on and off too long because it might split, similar to Selena Kyle's goggles, actually. Now, the other really cool thing we get is we get this dinted piece of the top of the helmet. So the top of the helmet just pulls off, and you can have the dent from Geonosis if you so choose. I believe he got the dent on Geonosis. It's been a while since I've seen Attack of the Clones, actually. Alright, and of course, we get the swap out sculpt. Now, I actually like this a lot more than the pictures I've been seeing of it. Because looking at this is definitely Temu Morrison, and it's definitely just a young, de-aged Temu Morrison. And yeah, it is actually really quite nice. It's a really nice sculpt. The photos that I saw in terms of blogger pictures and other reviewers and stuff made it look really dodgy. But no, this is by far a really good sculpt. And if you wanted to, you just stretch the headset over, and you could probably add even more likeness to it with the headset on, I think. But yeah, it's definitely a young Temu Morrison, there's no doubt about that. It is a much better sculpt than people are making it out to be. So yeah, that's actually really cool, which is probably why you might want to, because we do get a heap of stuff. And I'm also forgetting, I can't even believe, we also get the poncho. It is this blue color. It's wired. It's going to be quite nice if you choose to use it. It does have clips on the side that you can use to reduce the bagginess, which again is probably going to be really helpful to you. It is weathered as well. I don't know how well that's coming across. So yeah, it's a nice it's nice wide fabric, and definitely something that if you had to, you could use. So yeah, it's quite a nice figure. Of course, we do get the Star Wars display stand, metal nameplate, Jango Fett, and then the flight stand. Now, getting the actual figure out here. My issue is that you're going to want to put something over this figure so that the flight stand doesn't tear it to shreds. Why do I say that? Because straight away you're going to see the belt. Hopefully this guy stands by himself. Maybe not. So yeah, he does have leather pieces on him, which I think the flight stand is going to harm. That belt and that waist, I can just picture the flight stand crushing that. So yeah, we have a beautifully weathered helmet, as you can see. The actual armor is rubber-ish with some padding underneath it, but it's very nicely detailed and very nicely painted. Of course, we get the hoses coming down to the gauntlets. We have the holsters, and that weathering continues all the way down to the feet. This guy is an incredible figure, and I really... rangefinder moves up and down. Yeah, so this piece here just lifts off. I'm not going to do it one-handed, but it just lifts off at the line there, and then you can put the dint in if you so choose. But yeah, I just wouldn't, because the flight stand is going to grab around here, and I wouldn't trust it. You could probably get away with it going here and hoping that it doesn't crush the padded armor in, but it just depends on how you're posing this guy. Yeah, it's something that I would definitely check on if I was using the flight stand for a long period of time. Just to get the back view. So again, there's those annoying straps, but the backpacks do just magnet on, and they are quite sturdy. No one can really see that you haven't hit the strap, unless you really want to. You can, like I said, it's probably going to be a lot easier than the older ones, because you do have the magnet to help you. But yeah, this is what I'm worried about, the flight stand hitting all of this. It's just something that you're not going to you're not really going to want to watch. So this piece here, oops, so that's where the flame goes. It just plugs in. Like so. And it does look really nice. Like that there looks really, really nice. And if you're wondering how we did that, it's because you do have this tiny little piece here that just plugs in, and then you just remove it. I'm quite surprised they didn't give you mini pliers or something to do it, but yeah, normally it just sits there, and then that little piece just pulls out where the black is, and then you put the flame in. But yeah, as I said, this guy is just so nicely weathered, and then you get all the detailing on the actual gauntlets themselves. Yeah, it is really, really cool, and I much prefer this to the Sideshow version. In case you're wondering, the Sideshow version had problems with the shin pads. So the shin pads would just fall off, and then when you were trying to fix that, the knee pads would fall off, and then you would just end up breaking everything because you're constantly fixing it. But yeah, that weathering all the way down is just fantastic. He does have a bit of a fat suit, so his articulation is going to be slightly hindered. But I mean, if you're using the flight stand, you can have him shooting down, you can have him with a flamethrower, you can have him with either jetpack, buy two and have the masked and unmasked one. I don't know. But yeah, this guy just is phenomenal value. Now, I did use pennies with this guy, similar to what I did with my transport trooper and my artillery trooper, because I did have a period where I had a heap, and I still actually do have a lot of pennies. But I've started pre-ordering in bulk now, so I get the 10% discount, and I order 4 or 5 figures, and then I just apply the 10%. Because the 10% actually takes off the entire, it used to take off the entire order now too, but it works a lot easier now. You can see where your 10% is actually going now. And so I practically get 20% off everything. But this guy, the discounted price was $422, and then I added an extra $50, so I got $372 for this guy, which is why I waited so long. And I know that he was around $480 at one stage. I believe he's $480 again now. Or maybe it's $460. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, if you've got the pennies, use them on this guy. He is well worth it. Or even without the discount, he just comes with so much, as we've previously seen. And Jango Fett is just one of those characters that you just need to have, in my opinion. So yeah, this has been another Hot Toys video review. This time we looked at the MMS 589 Jango Fett. Thank you for watching. We are going to have the Clone Wars Anakin video in the next couple of days, and then hopefully the Vintage Collection exclusives from the UK, and then we hope that the mystery box will rock up sometime next week as well. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching.